Well, Alex, as captain of the team, what is your sort of advice to the team on the approach for these last couple of rounds?
Look to focus on what we can control, and that's trying to make sure we finish as best as possible. Obviously, finals aren't a possibility for us, but at the end of the day, we want to win the game, so that's the most important thing we try to do.
Is the motivation of the team still there to get a good couple of results to finish things off?
Yeah, of course, I'd be worried if it wasn't. Like I said a few weeks ago, I think a lot of players are playing now for different things, and which is fine as long as everyone's in the right headspace, which they are. And yeah, we need to win these games.
What did you take out of the game last weekend? I guess a tough start, but you got back in it pretty well. What were the reflections there?
Look, it's obviously a difficult place to travel to. Pretty disappointed the way we started the game, but that's something that we've struggled at recently. But to come back into the game, Costa's been brilliant for us all season. He's been amazing, gets us back in the game, and then we score another goal to equalise. And then to lose it like that, again, just, pretty guttering. But we have to move on now and look forward to Brisbane.
How different is Brisbane to travel to? I guess they got a good result last night. They'll be happy with a point down that bottom end of the table. What's it like travelling to Brisbane?
Yeah, look, it's obviously difficult, but nothing that we haven't done before. So we need to make sure that we go there with the right mindset and try to get 3 points.
You mentioned a lot of players playing for different things. What about yourself? Like, what's your sort of personal motivation or ambition at this point of the season?
I'm still trying to make sure I get back to 100% fitness. I know it's the end of the season, but I've missed a lot of training and games. So there's that aspect, but also to make sure I put myself in the best place to be to get selected for the national team.
How tough has it been? I guess we always wanted to be there for the team this year, but knowing, I guess there were a few things holding you back to be able to play full minutes and get back on with a full bill of health.
Yeah, look, it has been tough, but look, I'm back now, and I'm ready. I'm playing, and obviously you want to help the team as best as possible. It isn't the most ideal situation, obviously, but look, you have to do what you can and worry about what you can control.
So the playing group sort of, I guess, affected at all by the discussion around the future of sort of coaching staff and things for next season, or are you sort of happy with the way everyone's able to shut it out and get on with the task for these last couple of weekends?
No, everyone seems, pretty focused. All of that gets taken care of. We can't control that, obviously. So, whatever happens will happen. And like I said, the most important thing for the players is to worry about playing and playing well.
Do you think, Chiefy has the support of the players to carry on into next season?
Yeah, of course. It's been a tough year, but we support them. We're trying to do the best we can to finish well. And like I said, it's that's the club's decision on where and what they want to do forward. So yeah, that's out of our control, but we can only do the best that we can every day. And like I said, try win the last 2 games.
You mentioned Costa before. What's just from what you've observed, just tell us about what you've taken out of his season. What's contributed to such a strong, shining light that he's given this team this year?
Oh, look, to be honest, I've known Costa for a long time, and obviously fans around the league and players around the league know how influential he is and how good he is as a player. But even a couple of years ago, when people were against him, or he copped a lot of slack one season, there was no doubt in our minds how good of a player he was, and he showed. Last season he scored, I think it was 13 goals, and then this season, in a team, we've struggled. We know that, and he's delivering every week. And he gets probably the least amount of chances I think any striker probably gets, and he's so clinical. He's a great leader, and I think he's a great professional and a great player for the young players to look up to.
You said one of your focuses is getting back to full fitness. So once the season's done, are you sort of going to try and keep your training at a full capacity, or have a bit of a break? What's sort of your plan there?
I've been told I need to obviously have a bit of a break just to let my body rest. Like I said, it has been a tough few months, but ideally I'd like to keep ticking over and try and make sure I come back in for the start of pre-season, fit and firing, which I will. But look, I'm not focused on that just yet. I'm focused on this game this weekend and the games to come, and then I'll worry about that at the end.
And just finally from me, how can you put your best foot forward for all white selection, and what's a busy 6-12 months ahead there?
Oh, look, just worrying about what I can control, making sure I get back to the fittest I can be and the strongest I can be, and I know that when I get back to that, I'll be fine.
Have you been feeling any after effects from the glandular fever in the last couple of months?
Oh, it's been tough. It's more just probably the recovery that's been different, and And look, it's not been ideal, but you just have to get on with it, don't you? So in that regard, it's been difficult. But look, I want to play. I want to help the team as best as possible, and that's all you can do.
And you spoke about motivations. How keen is the team to try and avoid going to Darwin for the Australia Cup playoff?
Look, we know, like I said earlier, we can't make the finals, but that's something that we also don't want to do now. We don't want to be in the bottom four, so we want to make sure we win the next 2 games, and hopefully that we finish outside the bottom 4.
And we spoke with Matt Sheridan before. How impressed have you been with him this season, all the positions he's played alongside you, or centre back, or at his familiar right back?
Look, Shez is a great kid. He works extremely hard, and like you said, he's played a lot of different positions, which can be good for a young player, to be versatile, and he's got that. I've been impressed with him. I think he's been one of the best young players for us this season, and I hope he keeps improving.